The rules of soccer bring structure to the game and help prevent chaos on the field. However, in some cases, these very same established laws can spoil the fans' enjoyment and lead to huge disappointment. Today, I'll be talking about the most beautiful goals that were disallowed by referees. Sometimes rightfully and other times due to mistakes. Before the whistle blows, I'm asking for a big goal from you. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to join our fan base, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any breathtaking moments. Let's build the strongest team on YouTube together. What an incredible goal Roma scored in that moment. First, it was Fernando Gago, who, with a delicate touch, found Daniel Osvaldo, who then executed a stunning bicycle kick, sending the ball into the net and celebrating the goal. But as soon as they looked at the assistant referee, signaling offside, all the joy vanished. The most frustrating part is that the assistant made a major mistake. As we can see, there was no offside since the Lecce player was keeping Osvaldo onside. I can't imagine how upset Osvaldo must have been when he watched the replay. Let's move on to the Champions League, where in the match between PSG and Real Madrid, the referee disallowed a beautiful goal by Gareth Bale. The Welshman received the ball near the box and without letting it touch the ground, entered the area and struck a stunning right-footed shot, even though that's not his stronger foot. The goal was spectacular, and Keylor Navas could only watch as the ball flew past him. However, during Bale's control, he handled the ball, which is why the goal was disallowed after a VAR review. In this case, the decision was fair and leaves no room for debate. In his career, Thiago Silva scored 43 goals, but it could have been 44 if his most beautiful goal hadn't been disallowed. After a quick counterattack where, surprisingly, the central defender Silva was sprinting forward, he combined with Ibrahimovic barely reaching the ball and scored an incredible goal from a near impossible angle. However, it turned out the ball had gone out of bounds, meaning the shot actually came from a negative angle. The referee decided not to validate this masterpiece. Thiago Silva could only smile, as there was nothing he could do against the correct decision. Frank Lampard scored many incredible goals in his career, but you probably know which one of his goals wasn't counted due to an officiating error. In the World Cup match against Germany, Frank hit a first-time shot that struck the crossbar, bounced inside the goal, and then came back out. The referees mistakenly ruled that the ball had not crossed the goal line and therefore didn't award the goal. Even Frank himself, standing 20 meters from the goal, saw it clearly and was shocked by the refereeing decision. By 2010, there were already discussions about introducing goal line technology, but it was Lampard's disallowed goal that ultimately changed soccer forever. Next up, Scottish striker Lee Griffith stepped up to showcase his incredible and powerful shot. This free kick was taken impressively, with strength and precision, hitting the crossbar and bouncing down inside the goal before coming back out. However, the referees ruled that the ball hadn't crossed the goal line and the goal was not awarded. But this is simply ridiculous, as the ball had clearly crossed the line by at least half a meter, yet another masterpiece lost due to an officiating error. Let's go to China, where a stunning goal was scored and then disallowed. After a free kick, Gao Lin seized the moment and showcased his acrobatic skills, scoring a beautiful bicycle kick that bounced into the net. However, his teammate decided either to get close to the ball or simply steal the goal, and just to be sure, headed it into the net. But the linesman immediately flagged for offside on the teammate. You can imagine how furious Gao Lin must have been, having his spectacular goal blatantly stolen by his own teammate. In the case of the Englishman Andy Carroll, it's truly unfortunate. Playing for QPR, he scored a stunning bicycle kick goal, watching the ball hit the back of the net. Andy was about to celebrate, but the assistant referee's flag went up for offside. And that wasn't all. Less than a minute later, Carroll scored another incredible goal from outside the box, hitting it first time. But once again, the linesman flagged Andy for offside. Having two amazing goals disallowed in one game is both surprising and frustrating. The magical Ronaldinho entertained the crowd, not only with his skillful dribbling, but also with funny moments. After an attack, the goalkeeper had the ball in his hands and was getting ready to put it back into play. As he threw the ball, Ronaldinho, who was nearby, quickly snatched it from him and scored a goal, which the referee immediately disallowed, also showing the Brazilian a yellow card for unsportsmanlike conduct. Whether that was fair or not is up for debate. After all, some people still believe the ball was no longer under the goalkeeper's control. Many experienced Premier League fans surely remember the Ivorian chick Tiote. Sadly, the player passed away at a relatively young age while still a professional player. However, in 2014, he scored a stunning goal that was unfairly disallowed. Playing for Newcastle, Tiote unleashed an incredible strike into the net against Manchester City. The shot from outside the box was truly remarkable, but the main referee, after consulting with his assistant, ruled it offside. I can't say for sure whether the goal was disallowed correctly, as offside rules can be quite complex. This situation is reminiscent of Morocco's disallowed goal against Belgium in the 2022 World Cup. In the last Premier League season, during the game between Aston Villa and Manchester City, former Villains midfielder Felipe Coutinho managed to score a spectacular goal after an offside was called. The Brazilian, not accepting the referee's whistle, decided to take a long-range shot. Coutinho's strike hit the crossbar and went into the net. At that moment, the home team's players and goalkeeper had already switched off, having heard the referee's whistle. The referee did not change his decision, as the offside was very clear. The game between Tottenham and Manchester United in 2005 was marked by this incident. Pedro Mendes noticed that the Red Devils goalkeeper was far off his line and decided to take a shot directly from midfield. The goalkeeper got back in time but made a mistake and failed to catch the ball, which crossed the goal line. The goal should have been awarded without a doubt, but the referee had a completely opposite opinion and did not validate the goal. The next victim of the referees was Uruguayan striker Edinson Cavani. In a friendly match against Barcelona, Cavani scored a stunning bicycle kick goal, but the referee had called offside before the ball even reached the Uruguayan. Cavani had no choice but to accept the decision and continue playing. For the Portugal national team, young Cristiano Ronaldo was in the spotlight. In the next play, after a cross from the side and a touch from a teammate, the ball reached the young Ronaldo, who executed an incredible bicycle kick that struck the crossbar and eventually went in. However, the referees disallowed the goal later, as they deemed the ball had not crossed the line. Despite the replays clearly showing that the entire ball had crossed the goal line, Portugal must have been outraged at that moment. In the second leg of the Champions League semi-finals between PSG and Real Madrid, with the Parisians leading 2-0 on aggregate, striker Kylian Mbappé executed a brilliant move in a one-on-one against Thibaut Courtois. He deftly let the ball pass between his own legs and scored into the empty net, leaving the goalkeeper stranded. Unfortunately, the referee, though correct, disallowed the goal for an offside by Mbappé before he received the pass from Neymar. In the Serie A match against Spezia, Milan midfielder Sandro Tonali scored a truly incredible goal. Receiving a pass from the right, the Italian struck first time and found the near corner, but it was too early to celebrate. The referee, guided by the assistants, reviewed the play and identified a foul by the Milan player before the goal. In the end, the goal was disallowed, and Tonali lost one of the most beautiful goals of his career. However, upon reviewing the footage, it's clear that Fikayo Tomori played the ball during the dispute, though it's still unclear whether this occurred before or after contact with the opponent's foot, an open question. In the October Champions League group stage match against Copenhagen, Manchester City players were forced to play with one less man from the 3rd minute due to Sergio Gomez's red card. The game ended 0-0, but it could have been different if the referee had validated Rodri's strike at the beginning. The Spanish midfielder took full advantage of the rebound and literally nailed the ball into the corner. The problem was that during the play, Riyad Mahrez touched the ball with his hand. The referee, after reviewing the VAR, identified the infraction and disallowed the goal. In the home La Liga match against Eibar, Barcelona's forward Lionel Messi once again amazed fans with his extraordinary skill. Breaking into the area, the Argentine received a pass and with his first touch rolled the ball through the goalkeeper's legs. Unfortunately, this masterpiece was not validated and Lionel was caught off guard as the offside was quite evident. In an away La Liga game against Eibar, Real Madrid scored a beautiful combination goal last season. It all started with David Alaba moving from the flank to the center. The Austrian then needed only 2 short passes with teammates to reach the opponent's area and place the ball into the corner. Unfortunately, Karim Benzema, who received Alaba's final pass, was offside, which led to the goal being disallowed. For any soccer player, nothing beats seeing the ball hit the back of the net. Now, imagine their disappointment when they score an amazing goal and for a moment become heroes for the fans, only to have their joy quickly dashed when the referee's whistle brings them back down to earth. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. If you watched until the end, please comment on what you thought of the video. Remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to support our work. That's it, and see you next time.